Social agencies and advocates say that rising interest rates and high inflation are pushing more Canadians into homelessness. This comes as food bank use is also on the rise across the country. Amid this, one organization is advocating for Canadians to help those who once served this country. According to the Homes for Heroes Foundation, veterans are twice as likely as non veterans to experience homelessness. It also says that female veterans are twice as likely as their male counterparts to be homeless. Well, joining us now to tell us more about this and how Canadians can help veterans this holiday season is Mr. David Howard, co-founder and CEO of the Homes for Heroes Foundation. Mr. Howard, welcome to Forum Daily.
Thanks for having me on.
So, some very eye-opening figures on your website, Mr. Howard. Tell us a little bit more about the current state of homelessness among veterans in Canada.
Well, it's getting worse, I have to tell you that. About 5 years ago, the Senate put out a report about 5,000 veterans experiencing homelessness. We think those numbers are more in line with 10 to 15,000 across Canada. The difficult thing is that veterans don't self-identify, and they're doing these counts in shelters. So veterans aren't standing up and say, "Yes, I'm a veteran," and they're proud individuals that served our country, and they're looking for a hand up here. They're not looking for that handout.
It's saddening to hear that it's getting worse. Now, I want to dig a little bit deeper into the facts on your website. Why were veterans found to be twice as likely to fall into homelessness compared to non veterans? What are some of the unique experiences and inequalities they may be facing in Canada right now?
Well, a lot of our tenants and what we're seeing in our veteran villages is we have a lot of vets that are suffering with post-traumatic stress. And that's one of the main reasons that we built the Homes for Heroes program is so they could enter a healing program with a community of peers. There's also issues in regards to that reintegration as far as savings, getting moving forward in regards to further educating themselves, and a difficult time on that transition and taking the skills they've learned within the military, putting that into a resume that's going to express the hard work that they did serving Canada.
And on top of that, what's interesting is that female veterans were found to be even more at risk. So, why is that?
Well, they're suffering some of the same issues that our men are, but at the same time, there's a lot of our men, or sorry, my apologies, our women that have been sexually assaulted during their service. And that has led them to early release, not being able to save enough when they exit the military, and then finding themselves in the street. And what's happening with the economy is making it worse for both men and women.
Indeed. Now, just about 2 minutes left here, sir. But what are some of the current supports out there for veterans that are experiencing homelessness in Canada right now?
Well, Homes for Heroes builds tiny home villages for our vets experiencing homelessness. There are some other localized programs that Multi Faith Housing is doing one, and there's one in Mission, the old Mission Brewery in Montreal. Those are really the only ones that are happening. We're the only organization that is building across Canada, and our goal is to end the issue of veteran homelessness.
All right, sir. So tell us a little bit more about Homes for Heroes and how it's tackling veteran homelessness across the country.
Well, we're building these tiny home villages with wraparound social support. So the key here is the vet that enters the program is entering a program, and they're committing to the program and working with our on-site social workers to change the circumstances that left them to the streets. And then the idea is for them to get back on their feet, start working again if they can, and move out into more permanent housing and make room for our next tenant. So a program that was built by research I did with veterans and built for veterans.
All right, just about a minute left here. But how can our Canadian viewers give back to veterans this holiday season?
Well, certainly there's donations are welcome to Homes for Heroes. And there's other veteran focused charities out there. Canadian Legacy Project does amazing work across Canada. Wounded Warriors is another program. Can Praxis is an equine therapy program that has shown some incredible results for post-traumatic stress. Helmets to hard hats is another. But truly, if you can volunteer with veteran organizations, and if you don't have the time and you don't have the funds right now, and it's money's tight across Canada, we appreciate it. A simple thank you to a veteran that has served. Thank them for their service, their dedication to sign and stand our guard for our country goes a long way.
A simple thank you can go a long way. All right, Mr. Howard, thank you again for your time today.
Thanks for your interest.